Many of the students we feature make their talents and skills look easy, natural inclinations toward the performing arts, the uncanny understanding of music, good genes that lend themselves toward athletic prowess. But no talent stands alone, and without significant work, they would be lost. Nowhere is that more apparent than with the senior you're about to meet. In this episode of Senior Spotlight, we travel to Roosevelt High School, where one student's work ethic is inspiring generations.
Jimmy!
It's very early in the Roosevelt boys basketball season, but there's big reason for hope.
Very excited about this group. You know, we came off a tough year last year, and this team is so much different, and we're going to play it just a different way. But these guys believe in each other. They believe that we can have some success, and we're excited to get going. We just got to get through this week of practice and get some few things cleaned up, and we'll be ready to go. We got 6 seniors this year, and we got a few juniors, sophomores, and some freshmen. And so we got a wide variety of grade levels, and like I said, we're really excited to get this group going. And they've really bonded throughout the off season, and I think that has a lot to do with a basketball team's success, and we hope it helps us.
No one is more excited than senior Jimmy Lauer.
Basically, we're really excited for the season. For us, it's pure excitement. I mean, we're getting along great. We have some leaders stepping up in each class. And yeah, I mean, we're just really excited for the season. We have great outside shooters. Noah's a great post for us, and Brady. We have 2 great posts, great point guards too, and Riggs and Patrick.
Those seniors have a big role to fill.
The biggest thing is I stress to every senior, whether they're a captain or not, is leadership. And we talked a lot about, when you leave this program, what kind of legacy do you want to leave? And I preach to our seniors about positivity and leadership, and these young guys are all looking up to them. And when you leave this program, how do you want to be looked at? How do you want to be remembered? And that's kind of what I've stressed these seniors this off season.
And this is something Jimmy has taken to heart.
For me, it's mostly leadership, being vocal with the underclassmen, and also leading by example is one of the most important things in being a leader too. So I have to kind of show them how hard they need to work and practice, that they can't be lazy.
You'll hear more about this later. For now, this team is maximizing on almost a year's worth of work.
We were basically made in the off season this year. I mean, that's what you see in the season is the tip of the iceberg. Everything that you're going to see this season was made in the off season.
We started last March, and all started in the weight room for us last spring. But we've put a lot of work in on the basketball floor as well, and our guys committed to getting better, because we knew, I told those guys last March, we have to get better, and there's no ifs and buts about it. And they committed themselves all summer, all fall, in the weight room, in the conditioning floor, and we had a lot of success this summer in team camps that we went to, and I think that really helped a lot of our guys gain confidence, and hopefully going into the season we'll be okay.
Like with any student athlete, Jimmy's daily basketball commitments are one piece of a complex schedule.
I do a lot of like math classes, science classes. I love those 2 subjects. I've also been involved in book club and environmental clubs, done stuff like that. First period I have drawing too, which is, I love drawing, but it's a pretty easy class. And then second period, AP Stats, that's my favorite class just because the kids in there are so fun. Third period I do peer mentoring, so I help out with Coach Begman's class. And then fourth period I have college prep English, that's just writing essay after essay. I'm not a big fan of that. Sixth period is psychology. 7th period is photo too. That's one I enjoy too. I usually just fill my schedule with art classes, but I end up enjoying them. I had a friend who liked to take photos. He took some pretty cool pictures, and so I was like, why not just take a class and see what it's like.
You might have heard peer mentoring mentioned in his schedule, and even if Jimmy didn't highlight it, here's why he should have.
I teach an adapted physical education class with our cluster program kids, and just lower functioning kids that I see every single day for 50 minutes. And Jimmy is actually one of my peer mentors this year. And just seeing Jimmy react and relate to those kids every day, he brings a smile to every one of those kids' faces. His presence, his willingness to work with these kids, every single one of them ask him every day how he's doing, what he's doing, what's he's eating for lunch, and he's always willing to answer those questions and give time to every single kid. We have about 12 kids in our class, and I try to make those Jimmy work with at least every kid every single day, and just spend a little bit of time with him. But our kids love Jimmy. They love, when he's gone, they're always asking, where's Jimmy at? And a kid's special when our cluster kids are always asking about where he's at and what he's doing.
This part of his daily life holds the key to his future.
I'm looking to become a teacher in the future, and so that's a great opportunity to see what it's really like and what it's like to work with students.
Even though it's math and science classes filling his schedule this year, it's history he wants to teach.
I had a great history teacher, Mr. Fitz, and he really inspired me to kind of look into that field.
It's something he has a natural inclination toward.
I've known Jimmy for a long time. I used to do a lot of individual basketball workouts for Jimmy before he got into high school, and I've known Jimmy and his family for quite some time. And Jimmy is an incredible person. He's a high character kid. He's always willing to help somebody out. And if he saw some stranger on the side of the road and they needed help, Jimmy would help him. That's what kind of person he is. But he's always willing to give himself up to help somebody else. He cares more about somebody else than himself, and that's what makes Jimmy who he is. He's just an incredible leader and positive role model, and just his work ethic is phenomenal. But just, again, as a whole individual, he's just a really good person of high character.
This avid hunter, fisherman, and outdoorsman is still looking at universities for next year. But he's honestly not sure about basketball. His coach has other ideas.
Well, I hope he's playing basketball somewhere next year. I really do. I think he's good enough to go play at the collegiate level. But, whatever Jimmy finds, he's going to give everything he's got. And that's why I believe he'll be successful, in years to come, whatever he does. He'll find something that he enjoys, and he'll put his full effort into it. And I hope whoever gets him understands and knows how special of a young man he really is, and how hard he works.
Regardless of his future on the court, he'll leave a lasting legacy on this one.
It's mostly about the team, and even the future of the program is a little bit still in my mind too, on how I have to help set up the future for the Roosevelt basketball program by teaching the underclassmen and the juniors too, how it works, the work ethic involved in it, and just how much time you have to put in. That's probably the most important thing that's gotten me through high school is work ethic. I mean, I'm not very athletic, or wasn't born with anything near my brother's athleticism or strength, so it was work ethic and on the basketball court that really got me where I am.
Jimmy's older brother, Ben, and Jimmy came to me in the middle school era. So Ben is a couple years older than Jim, and they came to me, and I started doing basketball workouts through the Sanford Power program with them back when they were young. Ben, the older brother, was more gifted, was more athletically talented than Jimmy, and Jimmy's had to work twice as hard to get everything that he's ever wanted, and he was willing to do that. It's paid off, and I think we're going to see big things out of him this year, both on and off the floor. And like I said, he's going to give you everything he's got every single night. Positivity, number one, but also just how he came to work every single day. Never made excuses, and was always willing to work on his weaknesses. I always tell the guys and coaches that if you told Jimmy Lauer to go run through a brick wall, he'd do it for you. And that's what kind of person he is, and teammate he is well. And all he wants to do is have success, but he cares more about his teammates' success than himself. Jimmy is an incredible leader. I think his work ethic is second to none. I think it's contagious. Every kid in the gym that sees Jimmy work is eye-opening because the kid comes in there and he gets better every single day. And you know, he's not going to be the most vocal leader for us, but his actions and the way he plays and how hard he works is what our kids need to see, and that's what he brings to us.
You can catch Jimmy and his Roosevelt teammates throughout the year in person at basketball games listed on the school's calendar, live streamed on thecube.com and on K-Learn Sports Replay on Midco channels 20 and 595 throughout the basketball season.